Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. My name is Chandraprakash Joshi and in this video we are discussing another 20 questions for RBI Grade B. These are more important for Phase 2 exam, your ESI and FM part. Also these discussions are going to help you very much in descriptive. Starting with this is part 13. This is the question I asked you in the last video. What is the requirement of the leverage ratio for the bank as per the Basel III requirement? Many of you have participated and it is important to participate in the discussion. The correct answer is 3.5%. Leverage ratio is capital measure over the exposure. For D-SIBs, it is specifically mentioned here, not for D-SIBs, but for D-SIBs also you have to remember for the exam, the leverage ratio requirement is 4%. It is higher for the systematically important bank. There are 3 such banks in India, domestic if I am talking about. Capital measure is, what is capital measure? In this numerator here, tier 1 capital and exposure measure is total asset of balance sheet and off balance sheet. The asset side of an NBFC should be what or more, at least what amount shall be there in order to fit for identified as a systematically important NBFC. And the correct answer here is, this is factual database question, you have to know the correct answer, 500 crore. We are talking about systematically important bank, so systematically important NBFC is 500 crore rupees of the assets. Assets you can say are mainly loan or investment. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act was passed in which year? PMLA, money laundering. Another factual question, important one, 2002 is the correct answer here. Money laundering, what is it? It is as we call the word laundering. Laundering means cleaning of the clothes. So when money is cleaned, means the black money. So black money you make white. Laundering is done to make clothes white. So black money, dirty clothes made white. Money laundering means black money made white. It is the process through which black money is converted into white money, that is legitimate money. Such funds are used for various anti-social activities, maybe terrorism. In order to prevent that, PMLA Act was passed in the year 2002 and it has the authority to also seize property obtained from this illegal money. Recently in 2022 June, RBI lifted the restrictions imposed on the Mastercard Asia Pacific for onboarding of the new domestic customers. The restrictions were imposed by RBI in July last year 21 for non-compliance with which of the directions? That is framework for outsourcing of the payment and settlement related activities, storage of the payment data, processing of e-mandate for recurring transactions or tokenization of the card transactions. None of the above. You must be reading this. Storage of data has become an important discussion because many of these companies, international companies like Mastercard, they have their data in the foreign servers. RBI is asking to keep all the data of Indian customer in India. This is the point of contention, storage of the payment data, and that's how RBI stopped them in July 2021, stopped Mastercard for acquiring new customer. Storage of the payment data of all system providers were directed to ensure within a period of 6 months the entire data, full end-to-end transaction detail as a part of the payment system operated by them and only in India. They were also required to report compliance to RBI and submit a broad-based system audit report conducted by CRT, its empanel auditor, within the timeline specified therein. Under the e-mandate framework, RBI has increased the AFA, additional factor for authentication limit, to what per transaction? So third factor of authentication is there for a transaction beyond 15,000 rupees. On a review of the implementation of the e-mandate framework and protection available to the customer, RBI decided to increase the AFA limit from rupees 5,000 to 15,000 now. SARFAESI rights. You must be knowing the full form of SARFAESI. You know, it has become an old question, but you have to still remember. SARFAESI rights are given by RBI to various financial institutions. What does R represent here in SARFAESI? So R is reconstruction. Reconstruction is important, and if you are reading our BPDA, you are reading all 50% fast because this is to the point. SARFAESI is securitization and reconstruction. These are two keywords here of the financial assets and enforcement of the securities interest. The act was introduced in 2002. SARFAESI made it possible to have securitization. converting assets into securities. I discussed that in another video. Remember full form and understanding of this. In which stage of 5-stage group development by Bruce Tuckman conflict and competition are at its greatest? Management question. So these 5 stages are forming, storming, norming, performing and adjourning. Storming, there is conflict at the height. So first group form, they come together, people come together, and then there are a lot of conflict about leadership, authority, rules, responsibilities, structures. Then comes the normalization. So they form some group norms to engage in the group. Maybe some people leave also group, but there is then some community building. And after the norming is done, then comes the stage of performing. People do hard work, they lead, there is less friction, no friction after that. Achievement of goal is important then. And then group adjourn. Team may be disbanded through organizational restructuring. That is the last stage when the teams are breaking up. Which among the following is the calculation of the borrowing of the government exclusive of the interest payment? So when the interest payment are not counted, so interest payment are not counted in case of the primary deficit is defined as the, I have shown you this formula earlier, defined as the fiscal deficit of the country excluding the interest payment made on the earlier borrowing. It gives the borrowing of the current year adjusted against the interest payment made for the borrowing in the previous year. The autocratic style of the leadership, we discussed earlier, laissez-faire, autocratic, bureaucratic. So here autocratic style of leadership is appropriate in which of the following cases? A leader has greater expertise on the subject than the others. The leader is confident about acting alone. The team will accept the leader's decision. There is little time available. In all the situation, autocratic leadership is appropriate when there is no time, when the team is going to accept the decision, when leader is confident. In all the above situation, the leader is individually capable of taking the decision due to the knowledge level, confidence level and decision abiding team structure, or due to the urgency of the task. Recently, the government has increased the premium on Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana PMJJBY. Is what type of life insurance? Money back life insurance, ULIP, endowment life insurance, whole life insurance or term life insurance? Term life insurance is the right answer here. It is an insurance policy which offers financial coverage to the policyholder for a specific time period. It's a renewal term insurance policy that provides a yearly life insurance. Risk coverage under PMJJBY scheme is for rupees 2 lakh in case of the death of the insured due to any reason. The coverage for 1 year. The premium is rupees 436 per annum, increase from 330 earlier. To operate a machine or to complete a job, 2 people are required, but there are 4 people hired to do the same amount of the work. It denotes that though the other 2 people are employed, they are not done so gainfully, and rather than their removal would not affect the productivity. This kind of unemployment means 4 people are doing the work of 2 people, which is common in countries with high population, is termed as. So these people are looking employed, but they are not employed. It is, that's why called disguised employment. So disguised unemployment. So these people are actually unemployed. These kind of discussions we are regularly doing in the live classes. You are very close to the preparation of phase 2 now. You must study well. If you still want, you can join us. You can join us for 23 classes also already started. RBI has recently released the Payment Vision 2025 with a core theme of 4 E's. What are these 4 E's? You pick up the right answer. Pause the video if you want to read all these. I am correcting the correct answer. These are e-payment for everyone, everywhere, every time. The focus is on e-payment. The Payment Vision 2025, e-payment for everyone, everywhere, every time, and aims to provide every user with safe, secure, fast, convenient, accessible and affordable e-payment option. Activities are to be taken up to 2025 as a part of this. 5 anchor goalposts are integrity, inclusion, innovation, institutionalization and internationalization. Which of the following statement about the Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Grameen Kaushalya Yojana is or are true? It's a central government scheme announced in 2014. It is a part of Day NULM. The focus of the scheme is on rural poor youth between the age group of the 15 and 35. This is not a part of the Day NULM. It's the centrally sponsored scheme started in 2014. It's a part of the NRLM, National Rural Livelihood Mission. Two major objectives of the scheme are incorporating diversity to the income of the rural poor families, catering to the career aspirations of the rural youth. The focus of the scheme is on rural poor youth between the age group of the 15 and 35. This is correct. It's a demand-driven skill training program that is placement linked. Which of the following statement are or is true? The National Institution for Transforming India and Niti Aayog came into existence in 2015, replacing the Planning Commission which was established in 1950. The National Institution of Transforming India, that is Niti Aayog, was created to serve as the think tank of the Government of India. Prime Minister is the chairperson of the Niti Aayog. You have to choose the answer and all these are correct. 2015 when Modi government came into the power. After that 14 Modi government came into the power. So that replaced Planning Commission. Earlier it was Planning Commission who was doing this kind of work. It got replaced by Niti Aayog as a think tank for the Government of India. Prime Minister is the chairperson of the institution. Mr. Suman Beri became the vice chairperson of Niti Aayog in May 2022. For this kind of update, please study BPedia. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Schemes aims at enhancing livelihood security for households in rural areas of the country by providing not less than how many days of the guaranteed wage employment in a financial year to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. So how many days of unemployment under MNREGA? It is 100 days. 100 days, easy to remember. So MNREGA 2005 is to provide at least 100 days of the wage employment in the financial year to every rural household whose adult member volunteer. Means nobody will force you and go inside your home to ask you to do the work, but you have to come for the work and you will be given 100 days work in a year minimum. Mission Poshan 2 was launched in 2021 to address the challenges of the malnutrition in children, adolescent girl, pregnant women and lactating mothers. Which of the following scheme have come under the ambit of Mission Poshan 2.0? Anganwadi scheme for adolescent girl, Poshan Abhiyan and Mission Indradhanush. Answer is except this, Mission Indradhanush. All these are correct. Mission Poshan 2.0 was launched in February 21 to prevent any further backsliding of the nutrition indicator. The announcement was made as the government decided to devote attention and resources toward integrating numerous nutrition schemes in the country. Mission Poshan 2 brings together the Integrated Child Development Service, Anganwadi Service, Supplementary Nutrition Program, Poshan Abhiyan Scheme for Adolescent Girls and National Crash Scheme into this. Which one of the following is not an objective of the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana? Government scheme get lot of attention in the exam. That's why I am taking up some questions on the government scheme. So which is not? So you have to read all the options, then find out which is not an objective. To achieve convergence of investment in irrigation at the field level, to expand cultivable area under irrigation, to improve so that is for irrigation, to improve on-farm water use efficiency, to reduce the wastage of water. That also seems correct. To protect farmers against crop failure due to flooding in riverbed areas. This is nothing to do with irrigation. All of the above, no. So D is the right answer. Read about PMJJBY. So all these what we discussed. This was launched in 2015. Center state contribution 75-25. In case of the northeastern region and hilly areas, central contribution is 90%. Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Jal Shakti and Ministry of the Rural Development is participating in this. To objective is Har Khet Ko Pani. This tagline is important. Har Khet Ko Pani. Convergence of investment in irrigation at the field level, cultivate area under assured irrigation, improve water use efficiency, enhance the adoption of the precision irrigation and other water saving technologies, more crop per drop, to enhance recharge of the aquifer, introduce sustainable water conservation practices. Which section of the Companies Act 2013 deals with independent directors? Independent directors, the section is 149. I discussed also in some other question that the role of the independent director has become more and more important for the corporate governance. So these type of questions come under the corporate governance topic. The provision relating to the appointment of the independent director was contained in section 149. 2003 should be read along with the rule 4 and rule 5. Varun has led various offshore IT projects and has gained experience in resolving challenging problems for the client to ensure his project stay on the track and are delivered before time. He is now a de facto choice of the organization to take advice on any IT offshore project. What kind of power does Varun yield in this organization? See, in this scenario, Varun has developed that expertise. So what kind of power he has developed? Is it a reward? He is having ability to give any reward? No. Coercive power, referent power, legitimate power, or the expert power? This is a very simple question actually. He has become the expert on the offshore project. So that's why he has gained this expert power. Is one of the 5 bases of the power as described by social psychologist French and Raven in their study about power in 1959. Expert power comes from the one's experience, skill or knowledge. As we gain experience in particular area, we become thought leader in those areas. We begin to gather expert power that can be utilized to get others to help us or meet our goal. Which of the following is most likely a sign of the good corporate governance structure? The chief executive position is separate from the chairperson position on the company's board. This is good because in many companies, chairperson of the board and the CEO, these are 2 different positions. Independent board members comprise a minority position on the proportion in the company's board. How it will be helpful? Independent board members, if they are more in numbers, that shall bring more corporate governance. Independent board members are allowed to meet shareholders only in the presence of the entire board. This also shall not be the case because independent board members shall be allowed to meet anyone they want to meet so that they can understand what is happening in the company. So B and C are not relevant. These are detrimental for the corporate governance. A only is the correct answer. According to which article of the Indian Constitution, an election to fill the vacancy caused by the expiration of the term of the office of the outgoing president is required to be completed before the expiration of the term? Which article? Now you know presidential elections are coming very near. That's why this article is coming in the news. You have to participate by writing in the comment. I will discuss in the next video. Please write in the comment and concentrate all your thoughts upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to a focus. Alexander Bell says this. Right now, focus on your RBI Grade B exam. Feel free to reach to us at 92055 24028 for any question. Best wishes.